Hi, I'm Cynthia Izaguirre in Dallas with a look at what's making headlines across North Texas. New footage shows why a burglary report turned into a call for help. Scoop Jefferson walks us through the video involving a civilian officer, but we want to warn you, it might be difficult to watch.
The edited body cam video released here at police headquarters is intense. It shows the moment Community Response Unit Specialist Edward Zapata got hit in the left eye, and then how he helped a woman to safety after coming under fire. Police confirming the suspect used a pellet gun in this case. The body cam video from CRU specialist Zapata shows him falling to the ground after getting struck in the left eye. Shot at on April 28th while taking a burglary report just after 12:30 p.m. on Juliet Lane. You can see Zapata bleeding, still helping a woman over a fence to get to safety. Video then shows officers engaged in what police say is a shootout with 39-year-old Angel Cantu, who they say had already fired at Zapata. Cantu got away, sparking an hours-long search involving K-9 units, several officers, and a helicopter. The body cam video shows officers eventually arresting Cantu around 5:30 p.m. He now faces 3 counts of aggravated battery on a public servant. Police Chief Eddie Garcia reacted to the video during a news conference.
The video that we just saw, what's most disturbing in it for you?
Obviously, seeing Edward getting hit and seeing him fall back, and then seeing him stand up and he grabs some of his property as his eye's bleeding.
More body cam videos shows Fort Worth police rescuing Zapata from inside the Juliet Lane home to take him to the hospital. When Zapata left the hospital on May 1st, cheers from his team members and Fort Worth police officers lined up outside the emergency room. The extent of his injury still unknown, with Zapata scheduled for a second surgery this week. You can see the full body cam video at WFAA.com. At police headquarters, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Changes are coming after Dallas residents not far from Fair Park say an EDM festival disrupted their lives from miles away. Kevin Reese shows us what council members are now proposing.
It was just another music festival at Fair Park.
Presentation on the city's response.
We were notified of the issue Saturday morning.
But it brought the Parks Department to task Monday morning, 3 weeks later. The Breakaway Music Festival was loud. EDM, electronic dance music, with a driving bass beat. The stage for that weekend festival here in parking lots 12A and 12B at Fair Park faced north toward Lakewood and Lower Greenville. And that's exactly where the majority of the sound carried that weekend. Windows rattled as much as 5 miles away in neighborhoods like this at Abrams and Northwest Highway, and the phones and emails at City Hall started sounding off next.
You could feel the bass.
Everybody in the neighborhood was fired up about it last night.
And I even heard it too. I think if it had been more of a subdued type music, people probably would have enjoyed it.
Leaders of Dallas Parks and Rec said weather might have played a part. There was low cloud cover that weekend.
So I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on it, but moisture in the air and low cloud coverage really can help. It gives a bouncing effect.
So part of their proposed solution, next time they will turn the stage from north to west toward the Cotton Bowl so it can block some of that sound.
We have this first world problem, and we rattled a bunch of $1 million houses' windows.
But it rattled something else for Councilman Adam Bazaldua. Fair Park is in his district, and he wishes bigger problems like crime and poverty near Fair Park.
It is frustrating.
Got this kind of attention too.
Versus that same fire under the ass of city staff to do something for the residents who live adjacent to the fairgrounds.
That would be music to his ears if more neighbors would make more noise for that. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
Travelers still looking for answers after Spirit Airlines shut down on Saturday. Brittany Costello explains what's next and why the impact could go well beyond Spirit flyers.
Spirit airplanes are still parked on the tarmac at DFW Airport, but the ticket counter is closed. The company shut down its entire operation abruptly over the weekend.
You can't even reach anyone.
Ashley Harris says she had Spirit flights booked for her entire family for a getaway later this month. She is waiting on a refund.
No time frame, no window, no notice. It's just shut down and your money's in the air. And your travel plans. and your travel plan.
Summer Hull is with the travel website The Points Guy. Other airlines are offering rescue fares for passengers with immediate flights, but it's temporary.
The odds are that this will make airfare more expensive. We've got approximately 100 less aircraft in the air now, moving passengers around than we did last week.
Hull says the cost of airfare was already up. While she admits Spirit was not the biggest competitor, she says it was a force for budget-friendly fares. Customers we talked to say it was the only way they could travel.
We go from a $99 flight to my other options like a $300, $400 flight.
Hull says there are other budget-friendly airlines that could ramp up competition, but it's too soon to tell.
We like to say even if you never flew on Spirit Airlines, you may have benefited from their existence because they did force some other airlines to be more competitive.
Spirit is in the process of issuing refunds to customers with tickets. Hull bought a test ticket Friday and said she's still waiting for her refund to hit her account. She recommends reaching out to your credit card company if you don't get your money back in the next week.
Now's the time to be really proactive in finding those airfare deals.
And start planning your trips for the fall right now. She recommends booking more than 3 months out for the best deal.
AI and tools are your friend right now in finding the best airfare prices. Set alerts on Google Flight.
In DFW, I'm Brittany Costello.
A local nonprofit is delivering more than just food across North Texas. Sean Giggy explains in our Red, White, and You series.
You know, it's no fun, but we're going to make it.
When his wife died last year, after 64 years of marriage, 85-year-old Robert Blakey was all alone.
Yeah.
But not lonely, thanks to his daily sustenance.
Well, it's the best thing going for me.
Every day, volunteers with Meals on Wheels of Tarrant County provide food for thousands in need. But often, what those people really hunger for is connection.
They live alone, and sometimes the volunteer is the only person that client will see in the day.
Luana Bailey has volunteered for 8 years.
Hi, Mr. Hill. How are you?
She says each delivery takes just a couple of minutes.
I have your meal.
But in those moments,
how are you doing?
Those whispers of compassion, something happens.
They know I care about them, and they care about me.
Perhaps no one knows that better than Robert Blakey.
Mm-hmm.
At least once a week, Luann caters to his needs, even bringing treats for his dog.
Dolly's counting her treats right now as we speak.
For this retired shop teacher, since his wife died, these short visits have become a lifeline.
Well, it means everything to me. I don't have much company besides my neighbors.
Luann says over the years, the people on the other side of those doors have become like family.
You enjoy your meal?
Thank you.
So close, in fact, before she leaves, they often say, I love you.
I do love those people, and they tell me their troubles. They tell me, I know a lot more about them than, just some stranger walking up to the door.
Reaching out and building connection, the best way to feed your soul.
We love you.
Thank you. Oh, I love you.
Have a good vacation.
In Fort Worth, I'm Sean Giggy.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay, well, I'll bring Dolly extra treats again because I know she misses them.
Thank you to all of our Meals on Wheels volunteers. You have impacted my family as well. And those are your headlines from North Texas.